in Scripture, there's this wonderful story about Abraham and Sarah receiving guests in the middle of the day, feeding them a meal, and in so doing, they discovered that they had been, as the author of the Epistle to the Hebrews said, they were entertaining angels unawares.
Margaret and Richard, our second host, have had us here since Tuesday morning, the day that we had to make the decision of what was going to happen to Joe's eye. And they said, you can stay here as long as you need to.
And Joe and Donna are the 15th, what should I say? The 15th guest set to grace our home.
They've been a pleasure to have in our home, and we've had a lot of laughs together while they've been here, in spite of the serious situation that they're in.
The doctor told me that he proposed that I have inoculation, which is removing the eyeball. And of course that was quite a shock. But the other alternative is to have the radiation implants put in. My thought was if I took the eye out, that I would not have to worry about the cancer anymore. But he said that it was probably a 50-50 chance of, if either way I went, that it would come back eventually in another part of my body.
When they were caring, they wanted to know what was going on, but they didn't ask personal questions. And so we opened up to talk to them. And instead of giving their opinions, they said, well, what do you want to do, Joe? What are you thinking about? And it gave somebody for us to talk to that wasn't a family member that was emotionally involved, but it was somebody that cared. And I think that's what I love about Hosts for Hospitals.
And so we went back and talked about it, and went back the next morning, and we decided to I could start losing sight in that eye within 3 months or a year, or it could be 5 years, but eventually I will lose sight in the eye because of the amount of radiation they had to put in.
When people come here, they're always in some sort of distress, and they're in a serious situation, and they're scared, and they're looking for comfort, and frequently they do ask us to say a blessing or a prayer or something.
One of the things that can come out of Hosts for Hospitals is sometimes people do need that touchstone about life and the opportunity to be witnessed to.
One of the things that I've said is it's cheap grace. That is to say, there's practically no effort. It's at our convenience. And furthermore, we live with tremendous privilege just by living in Philadelphia, where there are these fabulous medical resources, and that we can make that available to other people kind of takes the edge off of being so privileged, that we can share the wealth of the community in this way.
We know that Joe's cancer has changed our lives, and it's going to be something we're going to live with for the rest of our lives. But we've also met people that care and have opened up their homes and treated us like people that are important to them. It's really made a difference to us.